What's up, guys? We're going to be taking a look at an overall energy um, with what's happening with Iran and what their side of things is, okay? So, by the way, I am a neutral party. You can get a personal reading from me by reaching me at laurelbanks@gmail.com. You can also text me at 281-932-3218. So let's go ahead and jump right on into this. I just want to get their side, whether it be the army, whatever comes out. So I do know that it's been information coming out about Iran receiving drones and information, particularly missiles from the Casper Sea that's coming from Russia. So it's been told that they basically have an endless supply due to this channel being opened to them from Russia, since it's literally right there. So I was reading an article. It was discussing how the United States is wanting to cease fire at this time. So Trump is saying we got to take a pause on this. And in the article, it was talking about pretty much how the U.S., like I've said in previous videos, how the U.S. is going to eventually function on a minimal level because of them having to travel for so many miles, so many lands across the sea, land, all of that, to come to the Middle East and to also be stationed in the surrounding energies, right? But then it starts to also talk about how they've been having multiple supplies, open sources from Russia due to this, and it hasn't been a secret. So they're not technically suffering, right? Because they have this channel that's open to them. And the military, it's been reported, has a strong hold on what Putin decides to give to Iran. They have a strong hold, especially being a part of that sea, right? They share a water way. So let's take a look and see what's happening on Iran's side of things. Feel free to comment down below. All right, we have international, very first card out, and territory. Sleeper cells. And then we have robot. All right, so Iran could be trying to divert or distract something at this time. Iran is wanting to, now with sleeper cells, this is them already having something set and ready. This could be other Muslims, this could be different territory, different cultures. We've seen throughout time what has happened with Al-Qaeda, ISIS, things of that nature. What's happened to the certain dismantlement of what transpired when the United States, came into play, which in return 9/11, other dates, the Pentagon, even nobody really talks about how strange that was, and to the information that comes out 20 years later, 20 some odd years later, and next thing you know, The real information is coming about how it was insurance fraud. The FBI knew that they were going to bomb the place. Two different agencies got two different types of collective information that they weren't sharing amongst each other, which caused collision and chaos and several hundreds and thousands of casualties that took place. So with sleeper cells, it could be multiple incidents. I remember watching this movie in particular called Horses of God. And in the movie, it's discussing these people who will activate sleeper cells, but they targeted certain people that they knew would, especially if they're impoverished, they knew that they would take on the role for the afterlife and for their lives. They're promised husbands and wives. I believe it's 27. So these people are sleeping, all right? I'm not sure exactly where, but we're gonna see what comes out, all right? Then we have distraction, scandal. So this could be coming from Britain or up north somewhere. It's definitely what I'm picking up. So it could be them trying to divert you from believing a certain thing as well. And then we have defense. So they feel like I'm picking up that they feel the need to defend themselves and the people of their country. They also feel like they're ready, and it's chess, not checkers, you know? Then we have slavery here. And then we also have human rights. Manufactured. All right, and major corruption. Big Pharma's here as well too. And retaliation. So in their defense, they feel like there's so much corruption going on that's in connection to the surrounding places. You also have treaty here and GMO. So they could be feeling like someone is fake or genetically modified. One of the two. They know that it's going to be very hard for anyone to oppose. All right. There also could be other countries as well that might feel that they need to retaliate, especially if they haven't had a deal on the table, or there's something going on with the walls and the borders here. And then we have Antarctic Ocean, and spiritual warfare, watching you through your camera, environmental effects, and classified land. So there's some territory that they know someone need not cross. All right, then we have under pressure here. What's this under pressure here for? Bunkered. Wow. And Agent Orange. They're also definitely heavily studying. This could be Trump with the Agent Orange. But they're definitely studying what America's allies are, who they stand with. If there is an attack, they feel like they have to defend themselves. This could be multiple parties that's involved in this. I'm not sure what the Antarctic, it could be dealing with the classified land, all right, something that's not touched. And then we have death toll. So maybe they feel like someone could be fabricating a death or multiple deaths here. This also could be them. Oh, we have campaign. Okay. And falling out is Visa, Jewish, and World War III. All right, right, so I'm not sure if this is a change in presidency of some sort, but um, they're definitely studying their opponent. But with that visa, I feel like this could, yeah, passport and visa, somebody could be using their sleeper cell ability or something like that to be activated. But you have new regime. So maybe because they had to get a different leader, or they already had one in the next standing position. You have baby boomer and also Gen X files. So this could be somebody of a younger age. Secret Service is here as well. Okay, also could be some sort of extortion. 1% cult meeting. So they definitely feel like the U.S. is a cult of some sort. Okay, then we have Zionists and ambush. So somebody needs to stand down. This definitely could, this could be that there's some sort of brotherhood or something established that they're gonna feel like they need to like do something on the low or sneak something on the low. Okay, we have guinea pig, dead presidents, and chic. Okay, so this is also somebody who's using someone else. This is probably why the sleeper cells did come out, but it's a lot of religious factors here. All right, what's Iran's next moves? What's Iran's next moves? Counterfeit. So something's not real, or they're purchasing something that's not completely right. All right, and then we have control, education, and tempered stock markets. All right. So be careful. I feel like they're definitely watching Trump. They could be trying to defeat the Navy SEALs here. All right, and then we have slush money. Maybe that's why they're tampering with the stock market and having to watch. You have genocide here, and Muslim is at the bottom of the deck. So this lets me know that they feel some type of way, either about the casualties or family members or people or loved ones that they lost. All right, but it's inevitable at this point. They know that someone is falsifying documents. It either could be with a banking system, and then we have propaganda. So definitely something through by way of media or news. And then we have literature, so it's something that they're actually studying here. All right, definitely a lot of offshore accounts here. Something is over, or there was a distortion, but now Iran knows how to make its moves here, especially if they already know, okay, about certain information that was given to them and them only. But bottom line here, and sore loser, so somebody's going to be having to take a loss at this time, especially if they have like ultimatums or something like that. Okay, you have stock market once again, and also suicide hit. So they're definitely gambling with their money or what they're doing on the stock market as we speak right now. They're monitoring someone here. And then we have attorney. And Gen Alpha, also trust fund and Nepo baby. What is this going on? Providence and state. What about the Providence and state? Christians. I was also watching a documentary about Dylan Roof, and I was telling my daughter about Ruby Bridges. She knew who she was, but she wasn't too familiar with the story and how it all went and how it all happened. But I was letting her know that people have died going to church just to worship a God when they haven't even given the person a chance to think for themselves, you know? So that's a really big thing to implement in your daily lives. But I'm seeing there's a betrayal getting ready to take place, or somebody feels betrayed here. All right, babies, I'll see you guys in the next video.